So since we are getting Ghostbusters Afterlife at some point, I decided this is a good time to rank all 3 Ghostbusters movies that we have gotten so far. But not only that, I have got a special guest, Movie Talk, to help me rank these 3 films. Hopefully we won't have the same list. I mean, maybe we will, but I highly doubt that. Movie Talk, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Micah, for having me on your channel. I can't wait to rank all these Ghostbusters movies with you.
Before we get started, share your list in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but without further ado, let's rank all 3 Ghostbusters movies. And I'm going to go ahead and let Movie Talk go first.
So, number 3 for me is Ghostbusters 3. Now, I think this movie is pretty bad. I like to give a movie a chance, but this movie really did not do anything for me. This movie had bad script writing. They wanted to be funny, but it wasn't funny. They just tried to be funny. The movie tried to be funny as hard as they can, but they didn't. The script writing of this movie, it made me cringe. I just didn't like this movie personally because it didn't feel like a true Ghostbusters movie. It felt like it copied off of the first one, which I did not like because they copied so much. They tried to copy Igor's character and all the other scenes in the original. So that's why I don't like this movie, and it's at number 3 for me.
And yeah, my number 3 is also Ghostbusters 2016, or Answer the Call, or whatever its real name is. But this movie wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. After a couple years of people telling me how bad it was, I was expecting nothing, but I was pleasantly surprised, because technically, this movie does look better. The ghosts actually look pretty awesome, but the characters, of course, aren't quite as good. It's just, these characters aren't as funny. It just doesn't work, the chemistry between them. Especially the new Egon. I feel like Holtzman was supposed to be the new Egon. I did not care for that character at all. And, of course, this movie is just not as funny as the other two. So, of course, it's my last place.
My number 2 is Ghostbusters 2. Now, this was a really entertaining movie, but this came off as a goofy sequel. I really like this movie, and, this one and the first one. Now, these are really good movies, but the third one, gross, you can get that away from me. But I really like this film. It isn't as good as the first. I like this film. It didn't really have it had good script writing, but sometimes it could fall weak in some places of the movie. Now, I really like this. The fight wasn't as good. It was kind of goofy too, but it's a pretty good film, and I would say, this movie's great.
My runner-up is pretty controversially the original Ghostbusters. Yeah, I do like one of these more than the original, but, the best part about this movie is that it doesn't take itself seriously. It's just a really fun film. The cast and characters are absolutely amazing, super funny. Their chemistry always works. But when I watched this movie for the first time very recently, I was just a little bit underwhelmed. I was expecting a little more than just a fun time. But now that I understand that, that's the charm of the franchise, now I really do like this movie, but that doesn't change I was just a little underwhelmed. And I definitely think the special effects are the worst in the franchise in this one, but still, this is a great classic movie.
1 for me is Ghostbusters 1. The first and the legendary Ghostbusters movie. Now, this is like one of my top 10 or top 15 favorite movies. It's just so iconic. It's such a good family film. And Watching this film, it's like nobody can hate this, but I know some people like it's a great movie. I don't see anyone hating this film, but I can see some people hating this film or not liking this film. But it's such an iconic movie. Now, the final battle of the movie is such iconic. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so iconic to people. There's Lego scenes, but it's such a great movie. It's so iconic, and when they're trying to be funny, it's so they pull it out in the right way. It's funny. And yeah, that's my number one. Yep.
We actually did not end up with the same list after all, because my number one is Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, sometimes you gotta give credit to the original, because it did all of these things first. But I really do think Ghostbusters 2 improved on a lot of things, and I can't help but give the title of my favorite Ghostbusters movie to Ghostbusters 2. So, don't get me wrong, the first one is funny, yes, but I really do think Ghostbusters 2 improved on the comedy. It was funnier for me. I laughed more times. I also think this movie has more of a story. And if your argument is that this one's too goofy, well, the first one's pretty goofy too. And in the first one, I noticed more plot conveniences. This one isn't as messy to me. And all these characters are even better in my opinion. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just everything I thought was improved. But Ghostbusters 2 is my number one.
Well, it was nice ranking these movies with you, Micah. Well, see you later, and bye-bye.
Thanks for joining me, Movie Talk. Anyway, the link to Movie Talk's channel will be in the description if you'd like to check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe up here so you don't miss out on any more of my movie rankings or any movie content like this. And you can check out more of my videos right now up here. Thanks for watching. This is Movie Micah and Movie Talk signing off. We'll see you next time.